In this video I'm going to talk you through how to add a simple product manually in the Magento admin. You start off by going to Catalog, Manage Products, and then in this grid view here is normally where you'll see your list of products, but there aren't any in the database at the moment. So we click Add Product in the top right corner, and I'm going to add a new book to my site, so I'm going to use my book attribute set. And the product type is going to be a simple product, so there's going to be no options or anything like that to choose from it. You literally, what you see is what you get, that's what you're buying. So in this case, it's the Zombie Survival Guide. So into a nice descriptive title. Through the power of the internet, my description takes literally seconds to write. And I could also have a short description if necessary. So short and sweet. The SKU has to be unique. All simple products have to have a SKU, and they all have to be unique to that data, to that product in the database. So I'm just going to call this Zombie. The weight is normally associated with shipping charges. I'm not entirely sure what the weight of this book is, so I'm just going to guess it's going to be about 15 grams. The units that you put in the weight is actually up to you, because as long as it maps to whatever your shipping weights are, if you choose to do your shipping by weight, then it's fine. That could be 15 grams or tons, depends on how I set it myself. Okay, so I can set the product as new, from, and to. So I can say it's new from today till next week, in which case it's old after that point. The status I'm going to set to enabled. If at any point I don't want this this product to show on the front end anymore, I can just come in here and set that to disabled. The URL key will generate itself based on the product name, so I don't actually need to put anything in there unless I wanted it to be different to what the product name produces, but in this case I don't. Visibility, I want it to be searchable, and I want people to be able to browse through the navigation and find it as well. So I'm going to go with catalog search. Country of manufacturer is not hugely important in this case, and I don't actually know the answer to it, so I'm just going to leave that blank. Okay, so the custom attributes that I created for this product are ISBN code and author, so I'm just going to enter those. And the author. Okay, prices. So there's quite a number of options on this price tab. You can give it a normal price, so I'm going to say it costs $9.99. What you're able to do underneath that is add specific prices to different customer groups. So let's say I wanted to offer this book at a wholesale price to customers belonging to that customer group. I could say, yep, if you're in wholesale, you get that product for $6.99 instead. And I could add on different ones to that. So I could add on extra customer groups and price the product accordingly. But I'm not going to do that right now. I can also put a special price on there as well. So perhaps this week it's only $8.99. That's if you want to manually do it. You've obviously got the option to create price rules which will affect products on a more en masse basis. If I set a special price, so let's say I did that, so $7.99, I could say that special price is valid from 17th to the 24th. So perhaps it's at a special price for the time that it's new, and then after that, after this point, the price will go back to the normal price, and Magento will do that automatically for you. I'm going to leave these fields blank though. You can also do tier pricing, which is interesting. So if you click add tier, we can apply it to all groups, or again we can apply it to specific groups, or even people who aren't even logged in. The way it works is you put a quantity. So let's say if you buy 5 of these books and above, you get your product for $7.99 each. Or if you buy 10 and above, you get this product for $6.99 each, and so on. You can have as many tiers as you want. It's basically to encourage people in certain instances to buy in bulk. So if it was a wholesaler, perhaps people would buy in bulk like that. You've got a couple of little settings down here. Apply map, which is the minimum advertised price. You can call that out if you want to on the product page, which is basically the suggested retail price of the products. I'm just going to leave it as use config for the time being, and I'm not going to set a RRP on the price at the moment. I'm going to keep it enabled for Google checkout, just in case it ever does become available in the future. If I ever install Google checkout, then this product will be available for, to buy with it. And I'm going to set my tax class as taxable goods, so that the general rate of tax is applied to the products. Okay, meta information. So let's say I want to optimize this page as best possible for whatever keywords I happen to optimize for. So if I don't put anything in the meta title, I'll just grab the product name, and I'm quite happy for it to do that because that's as descriptive as that really needs to go. In the keywords tab, I could put a few keywords, so zombie, survival, guide, zombies, the undead, and so on. In the meta description, I've got the opportunity here to create a description, which is what will be shown on the Google listing. So, great book for people wishing I have to go and choose a word which I don't know comfortably how to spell. Okay, that's that done. So images. Just going back actually to the meta information, it's a good idea to get your keywords into the meta description as well. So I've obviously got the word zombie in there. If this was going live, I'd perhaps get the word zombies in there a few more times. Other keywords that I'd like people to be able to find this product if they were to search on Google. So the next tab is images. So all I need to do is upload images that I've got on my computer. So you click browse files, and then I've got 2 images which I want to add. So click both of those, and then click upload. If you hover over them, you get a preview of what the image looks like, and you can also add a label. So I believe that's the UK cover, and that's perhaps the American one. So you see that no image is still available as an option there, and at the moment the base image, small image, and thumbnail are all still set to no image. I want this red picture to be the image that's used for this product, so I'm going to have it as the priority number 1, and that one as number 2, and I'm going to choose this product as, so this image as my base, small, and thumbnail image. I would exclude, if there's only one picture, it's worth clicking the exclude checkbox, but because there's 2, it's best to leave it unchecked. By ticking the exclude checkbox there, it means it won't show as a small thumbnail underneath the main image on the product page, which is pretty much a gallery for you to look through. If there's only one image, there's no gallery, there's just the one image to look at, so you'd leave that checked. But in this instance, there is more than one, so I might want to switch between the views. So I'm going to leave them both unchecked. Just as an overview, the base image appears on the product page, the main image that you see on that page. The small image appears on the category pages, and the thumbnail appears in the shopping cart and on the mini shopping cart as well. If I wanted to remove one of these images all of a sudden, all you do is check the remove checkbox for whichever image it is, and then save and continue your products. And there's no delete on the fly button within this editor, so it's check it to remove and then save. I'm going to leave these both in. There's no recurring payments for this product, and I'm not going to cover that in this tutorial, and I'm not going to cover any design changes in this tutorial, and I'm not going to configure any gift options for this product either. In the gift options tab, I can specify that gift message is allowed, so if someone was purchasing this for someone, they could, during the checkout, write a little gift message. By having use config settings checked, it just means that in the configuration I might allow gift messages for all products, and it'll just take that. So the next tab is in inventory. So overall we've got manage stock set to yes, and that's using the config settings. So anywhere you see this, it's basically taking our global configuration and applying it to this product. So I've got stock management enabled for all products on the site at the moment, and I'm going to leave it that way. Let's say, for example, I don't want this product to be have its stock managed. I'll just untick that and set it to no, and then you lose all those options. But I do want to manage stock, so I'm going to leave it as yes and leave it as ticked use config settings. So how many have I got in stock? I don't know, 500. I can set a quantity for the item status to become out of stock. So let's say I want this product to be out of stock when there's only 5 left, so that I can reorder them before they're fully out of stock. That's an option, but in most cases 0 is out of stock. You can put a minimum quantity allowed in the cart, so if I wanted people to only buy this book in blocks of 10, then I'll set that as 10, but obviously that's a bit unreasonable, so I'm going to leave it as 1. I can have a maximum quantity allowed in the shopping cart, so at the moment it's using the config settings, which is 10,000. Unlikely that someone's going to buy more than 10,000 of this book at once, but I'm going to leave it as the config is at the moment. In some cases you might want to set your quantity to use decimals, so perhaps if you're buying flooring or something which is in length, then you'd use that as yes, but you can't buy 1.5 copies of this book, so I'm going to leave that as no. I can enable back orders, which basically means that if the quantity was to drop below 0, it wouldn't go out of stock, it would continue to show on the front end and people would be able to buy it, but it will go as a back order, so it's up to the stockist to get that product in stock and delivered as soon as possible. I'm going to leave it as no back orders for the time being. It's possible to be notified for the admin to be notified when stock drops below a certain quantity. I'm just going to leave the config settings there. And you can also enable quantity increments. So if, for example, you can only buy this product in blocks of 2 or 3, then I could change it there, but it would only make sense to have this purchasable in blocks of 1. Then finally, don't forget to do this one, stock availability, set it to in stock in general. This will switch to out of stock automatically when quantity reaches 0 because we haven't got back orders enabled. Okay, the next tab is categories. So there's our categories that we've added so far. I'm going to put it into the humour category of books because this book is supposed to be funny. Even though, should there be a zombie apocalypse, I don't think many people would be laughing, but that's just my opinion. Related products. There's no related products for me to add on the site at the moment, but it's as simple as checking the products when they show up. I'll be showing you how to do that in a future tutorial, and the same exact options apply to upsells and cross sells as well. I'll also be going over adding custom options in a later tutorial, so I'm going to leave that blank for the time being. I can now save my product, so I can either stay on the page, click save and continue edit, or go back to the product grid and click save. I'm going to click save and continue edit. Okay, so the product has been saved, the green message has appeared, which is good. If we go to our front end now and go to our humour category, there's our product, and there's all our information. ISBN is shown down there, authors shown down there, description, there's our images, there's our quick overview, which is the short description, and there's a message letting you know that the product's only available in increments of 1, which I'm not sure why that's showing. I think it's probably because I changed one of the settings a moment ago. And that's pretty much it. That's how you add a simple product to Magento manually.